Amanda here from Create Your Future. So today we have Erica joining us. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Amanda.
Guys, we have a really exciting success story. This success story is actually from one of our subscribers, okay? And she's actually turned around a few things. She has gotten taller, she's lost weight, as well as she's actually manifested her family getting along, which they didn't before, as well as she's starting to manifest an amazing relationship. So, it just goes to show that everything, everyone is you pushed out, including your body. So of course, when you listen to this story, realize the possibilities that you can create in your life. And of course, like always, we're going to go through and give you some tips and pointers of how you can apply this to your life and in your relationship. So, yeah. So, Erica, exciting to hear the story.
Me too. Let's start. So she says, "Hello there, Amanda and Create Your Future team. I've been waiting to send you this email for a while now, and I'm so happy that I can't properly express how good I feel lately. With the teachings that you give us for free on YouTube, I've been manifesting some crazy stuff that I'm so proud and happy to share them with you. I was in a very dark place a few years back, and one day I saw this lovely smiling lady on YouTube, Amanda.
That would be me. That's me. That's me. She's talking about me.
Yes. And she said that everyone is me pushed out. It still blows my mind the things you can manifest in your life with a good mental diet. The relationship with my family was a bit of a mess. There was a lot of arguments, and they were very mean to each other sometimes. I started intending that they all love each other and that they all have respect for everyone. And guess what? They now get along a lot better and talk nicer. Even the other day, when an argument started, I said, you know what? This is some old energy leaving our bodies. We are a happy and loving family now. They all act like it never even happened in the first place, and they hug each other, and there is this amazing energy in the house. My self-concept was not bad, but not as strong as I wanted to. So I started making intentions for my mind and body, and now I feel a lot better. I lost the exact amount of weight that I wanted to, got a smaller waist, a rounder and bigger booty, and even
Nice.
almost an inch taller, and I'm over 30. My SP reached out to me after 3 years of no contact. Wow. Sadly, I was not in the right place when he did. But now I know I created that, so I can create something better. He is now sending me some funny photos of him. He sends me a few songs he recorded for me in his phone. He said to me that I look better than I ever did before and that he feels so good and safe when he is with me. I gave him space to come back the way I want him to be, and I feel like things will only get better and we will be in the most beautiful relationship now because I'm good enough and I deserve to have what I want. Thank you so much.
That
Oh,
is so amazing. And then she said some very kind words about, everything that we do, the videos and helping people for
mhm.
free and the intentions and it does come back and it makes me feel good that, what, that you've made these changes in your life. And so me intending that all of these you guys, all the subscribers and my coaches have a great life is really quite selfish because it makes me feel good. So, I do it because that's part of the reason it's what I like, right? So, and I intend as well that your financial situation turns around because it will. I intend it because everything and everyone is you pushed out, right? So, so
Absolutely.
thank you. That's so amazing. Isn't it always nice and warm and fluffy to
I,
feel and hear?
I love it. Now she really talked about a lot about everyone is you pushed out, right? And the possibilities that how you can change people, all kinds of people in your life according to everyone is you pushed out. That's why, I think I shared this affirmation before. The one that goes, I'm God of my reality and I am in complete control over absolutely everything and everyone. Really everything, like money, everyone, your relationship with your family, your friends, co-workers, your boss, your love life, friends, right? You are in complete control based on the assumptions that you have about every single person in your life, and also that self concept, right? I think it's super important. So You can change, for example, if there are issues in your family, like she mentioned, all you have to do is start describing your family. Like, for example, your relationship with your mom, right? If you've had a bad relationship with your mom, start describing your mom as, my mom loves me so much. We have an amazing relationship. She's so patient. She's so understanding. Even if maybe in the past she wasn't, right? And then you'll see the changes in that person, because really they have to conform to that new assumption that you're having about them, right?
Yeah, yeah, incredibly true. So incredibly true. We change who we want them to be first, and then they have no choice but to actually act like that. Now, one distinction I want to make about everyone as you pushed out is it's not controlling or manipulating anybody. It's actually how the law of attraction works. Is your mind, okay, projects out your thoughts, and everybody and everything in the universe is constantly overhearing it. Your car is you pushed out. Your cells in your body are you pushed out. Your organs being healthy or not healthy, well, I intend that mine are healthy, are you pushed out. So everything is constantly overhearing you. So whether you are specifically, intending somebody act a certain way or not, you're still actually creating them to be who they are, whether it's a general belief or statement or a very specific one about them. And usually we create that through, evidence of how they've previously acted, right? Which is basically an old manifestation of ours, right? So, everything is you pushed out. So me intending that I get a cup of coffee goes into the mind of somebody and they say, oh, I'm going to buy Amanda a cup of coffee. So
Mhm.
that coffee manifestation is actually everyone is you pushed out. So
Right.
you're always constantly doing it. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, and it's not manipulating anybody. For example, someone that you've had in your life forever, and you describe them as, for example, your boss, right? Just an example, your boss, my boss. Oh, she's so rude, or like she's a micromanager, or something. No, I'm not. No, I'm saying as an example, right?
I'm
Are
just teasing. I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
are you really manipulating that person? No, it's just the story that you have about that person, and it's just your assumptions. So
Yeah.
you're not manipulating that person. You're just thinking about her in that way, and she will keep showing up in that way, like rude or
Exactly.
whatever. So all you have to do, it's actually, I think we talked about this before. For me, assuming the best of someone is an act of self-love, because I'm benefiting from assuming the best of that other person, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the other person wants you to think that they're a good person. And none of us out there want anyone to think we're a bad person. Now, here's the $1 million question, okay?
Mhm.
This is the 1 million question is it 100% of the time everyone is you pushed out? Or is it what, 80% of the time? Is it hit or miss? Let's talk about this myth right now. It's 100% of the time because it is the mechanism of the how of the law works. Okay, if it was 80% of the time, that would mean that 80% of the time your thoughts don't create. How does quantum physics decide not to work 20% of the time? That's impossible. So
Right.
then it's either your thoughts create or your thoughts don't create. Okay.
Mhm.
Everyone is you pushed out is not anything separate from the law of attraction. It is the mechanism, it is the beam of light of your consciousness. That's basically what we're calling everyone and everything is you pushed out. So every thought that you have is everyone is you pushed out, is everything is you pushed out. The very law, it just describes how your thought will vibrate in your mind and then go vibrate in the mind of somebody else and have them think it's their idea. It's how your, opinion and assumptions about your car, go out to your car, vibrate at that frequency for your car, and then your car will reflect back that way in the quantum field for you, right? So if anybody says everyone's you pushed out is not 100% of the time, then they don't understand how everyone is you pushed out works. It is the basically the consciousness, the light of consciousness in your mind going out and vibrating at things in your reality at the frequency that you're choosing to see them. Okay, so a thought is the vibration, the thought is the frequency. So if I think that, this lamp, okay, I don't even like it, so I can say this, is like never working and it's on the fritz and it always like breaks and like, it's just never working properly and it flickers, then that thought is everyone as you pushed out, that light of consciousness hits that lamp and now it starts vibrating and it vibrates at the frequency that's going to make it break and flicker. Okay. Now, if I say that lamp always works perfectly, it's always reliable, it always turns on, then that's the frequency that it's going to vibrate at and reflect back to me. Okay. It's
Right.
100% of the time, guys. You can never turn it off. Sometimes I wish we could turn it off.
Right, but that's what also why a lot of people get a lot of hot and cold behavior. It's because they assume positive about the person. Like, for example, maybe they do their affirmations and then they go back to the old story of rejection. So the SP shows hot
Yeah.
according to the positive affirmations, and then cold according to they go back to the old story, right?
Exactly. Well, exactly, and questioning,
Mm-hmm.
questioning, wondering, forgetting that, what, you create them and it's your opinion. Sometimes what'll happen is you make an intention, it manifests, but then they revert back their old way because that's where they defaulted. So you've got to keep going with the intention. This isn't, guys, just about an intention being a special thing. Every single thought that you have, even if it is spiraling out of control with negative thoughts, are intentions. Every thought you have
Yeah.
is an intention.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like I did 5 intentions today, Amanda, and things are not changing. Yeah, but what about the other, nearly 60,000 thoughts that you had, right?
Exactly.
Do you feel anxiety? Yes. Okay, well, that says that the majority of your thoughts are, and you want to have the majority of your thoughts focused on what you want rather than what you don't want, right? And that's the trick to this, right?
Exactly. To me, what helps me, I really think that thoughts create, right? So if thoughts create, I like to see my thoughts like a magic wand. If you had a magic wand, would you go out there and be like, my SP doesn't like me, ding, my SP doesn't want to be with me, ding. No, I will use that magic wand to like, my SP is crazy about me, ding, right? So that's what we do with our thoughts. Our thoughts are a magic wand. So only use your thoughts to create what you want. That's why it's super important to have a good mental diet that is consistent, that is persistent in the positive story that you want to create, right? Assuming
Mm-hmm.
the best of that person or that relationship. You have to persist, persist, persist until it actually hardens into facts. Right.
Exactly, and that's what it is. Hardens into facts and then stays there.
Mhm.
It's, I've been making intentions for some things in my life for years now, and granted, it's like I said, it's not as much as it was day one, but it starts with determination. Anytime I've changed anything around quickly, the first thing I said is, look, I don't care what it takes. I'm doing this and I'm doing it now, with conviction. You know what I mean? And like, look it, I'm gonna do it. And I've always kind of isolated that one thing, okay? And then I really persisted with it. But then the other thing I did was, instead of looking at the lack of not having where I am, I've looked at what I've actually accomplished. Okay. So,
Right.
like, for instance, recently, personally in my life, this is going to be a story not about Andrew for once, is surprise, as I've been working on my health and wellness. And in fact, a few of you guys have actually commented how I'm looking better these days. And thank you. I am looking better and I am feeling better. So what ended up happening was is I wasn't feeling all that great. I needed to figure it out. I needed to get to the bottom of it. So I started sorting it out and I started intending that I would figure it out and figure it out, figured it out. Sure enough, turns out manifested a few allergies. Kind of sucked. Figured out what that was. Now, I'm working on intending on being able to be able to eat everything and make me healthy. Now, it's about going back and, but now am I exactly where I want to be? Am I back being able to eat everything because I've manifested zero allergies? No, I'm not quite there yet. But am I thinking of myself as a failure? No, no, no. I'm feeling a lot better than I was a month ago. I'm in the process. I've created a process that I'm following that I'm going to do to get to where I want to be. Okay. And we have to be easy on ourselves. And we have to congratulate ourselves every single step of the way, because there is no failure. It's just a process, and it's your reality. And creating is supposed to be a fun thing, not a judgmental thing. Okay. Could I have gone straight from, oh, I have allergies to, I don't, yes, I could have, but does this easy? Like, am I, how doing this process? Because, it's a lot easier. And you've got to get all those thoughts. You really have to dig in and get all those old beliefs up. So give yourself time to do it. Like, it's not about beating yourself up. Like, oh man, you know what? You got a channel. You should have done this months ago. No, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Right? It's not a failure if you know how to do it. It's a choice of whether or not you're going to do it or not, right?
Absolutely. Now, something that helps me is to just affirm that every day I feel more confident. Every day I'm more in control of my reality. Every day manifesting is more fun. Or every day the relationship with my person gets better and better. Every day my money in my bank account grows. Every day I feel healthier. Every day I feel more beautiful. Every day I feel right.
That's right. Yeah.
assumed progress, progress, that, right?
Exactly.
Instead of like, oh, I'm going backwards. No, I'm every day it's progress.
Yeah.
Every day I feel more confident. Every day I'm more in control of my reality. Every day I understand how everyone is being pushed out works better.
Exactly. And play with it. You know what, guys? Add on your list right now that, like basically that you intend, for other people, and, that people get along, families get along. Like start seeing this out there in areas more than just one area, because you're doing it all the time. And when you become consciously aware between your thoughts and the correlation between your reality, you really start to see where things start to happen. Gain evidence for yourself, and as you gain evidence, reflect on that evidence often. Okay, because that's the key here. The key here is to say, wow, where I was last month to now is a big improvement. Wow, I see how I created that. Okay, what's next, right? Rather than comparing to what you don't have and beating yourself up for not being there. That's where we're looking at lack that's coming from rejection, that's coming from failure, right? Let's come from success and let's count all those successes, right? So, and you can change anything about anybody, family, religion, money,
Exactly. But yeah, I
everything.
always tell every one of my clients, celebrate every single little thing that you're manifesting and say, yes, I did that. Yes, I made that change in this person. Don't say like, oh, well, it's still not good enough. No, like it's progress, right? It's like
Yeah.
I imagine you plant, a seed, right? And this little sprout starts coming out. You don't like step on it and say, oh, you're not good enough.
Right.
No, like you
You don't. Yeah.
nurture it.
It's this little tiny little guy, and you're like, you don't have a leaf yet. Like,
Exactly. You're like, yes, you're so beautiful. Keep growing, right? You keep watering it until
right.
it turns into this big tree. Or
Exactly.
so that's what you have to do when you see changes in your
Mhm.
reality, for example, with your
Right.
person or within yourself. This is
Yeah.
progress. I'm excited. It's just getting better every day. The relationship
Yeah.
gets better, or this person changes more
Right.
for the better, or right.
Yeah. See, I don't want to create this as true for everybody, but it is going to be true for the majority of people, because this is how we work. When we're working on the big things like relationships, health, money, we have lots of previous beliefs that either work for us and don't work for us. And as we start shifting intentions and creating new beliefs, other old limiting beliefs will come up, and you're like, wow, I didn't even believe that, but yeah, no, I believe that. Okay, there, it's a process, and this is what happens. We're changing the vessel that we're putting the new belief into. We have to transform who we are on every level, right, to become who we want to be, through changing our beliefs by creating the intentions. And then that's when things are going to attract to us. So like I always look at it like we're just kind of flipping switches, right? And so you get 5 switches, but then you realize there's this whole other layer that, oh, wow, until you got those switches flipped, you didn't realize those were even there, because it was so muffled from what was on top, right? And it's the way it is. It's a process, and enjoy it. Every time I see one of my blocks, I'm excited, because that means I'm one step closer to what I want. It's
That's
like,
what I was
yes,
gonna
okay,
say. Yes, have fun with it. Be like, yes,
this might be the one. And then you know what? There is that one, and it goes, and then everything happens so fast, and you're like spinning. I would spin in my chair, but I don't want. Okay, you're spinning, right? And you're like, whoa, how did that happen, right? So,
right.
so amazing,
Now,
right?
also, she said something super important that maybe we can talk about a little bit. She said that I think when she was creating the intentions about her family, they were still arguing, but she persisted, right? So just know that you're doing the affirmations, you're doing the work, and whatever's showing up in the 3D that's still negative, just know that that's part of the old story, right? That's something you created with the old you, with your old thoughts, and it's going to fade away. Why? Because you're persisting in this, in that new reality where everyone gets along and everyone's respectful of each other. So that 3D that's showing
Exactly.
up right now is just the old story that will fade away. So don't react and go back to saying, oh, why are they not getting along? And no, 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 no. I just look at it as that's the old story just fading away, right?
Exactly. Exactly. When it comes up, you know what, just revert back to your intention and that'll, clear it up. Don't give it a lot of attention. And if you do react over it, don't worry about reacting over it. Just go back to your intentions as soon as possible. The quicker you get back to your intentions, the quicker it's going to go away. Right. And that's all it is to it. If we beat ourselves up over it, we're only causing more of it. We're only more resisting our current reality. We're only more looking at the lack. We're only more calling ourselves a failure. You know, and then that's not what this is about, right? Everything is, if we just even forget the word failure even exists and we just say, look at, you know what, we're just creators and we're here to experience and create, to experience our creation, to create. And you know what, then let's go with this. Then there's nothing wrong if you just constantly create heartbreak in your life. That's fine. You know what, you're right, you're a creator. If you don't want that, no, it's a choice and that you can change it rather than a failure, right? Because again, we make it a failure, we're going to put that barrier up, we're going to be resisting our reality, we're going to be emotionally attached wanting to change it, and then we're just going to get ourselves stuck in that setting of failure. We've got to just let it go and be like, no, you know what, that was yesterday. Today I'm creating something new. What do I want to create? Like Erica said in the beginning of the video, get that new concept of what you want in your mind, right? Focus on it, because that's what is going to take to change these things around, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just persisting, 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 and that new story until it manifests in the 3D, right?
When I found out it was so easy to change our reality. So, no, sorry, simple with our thoughts, simple. But easy, that's a choice that you make. Are you going to make it easy on yourself or hard on yourself? And you know what? I will, though, say it is persistence, dedication, focus, discipline. You've got to be disciplined, and, but it's all worth it in the end. It pays off, so
And
so
have
amazing,
fun.
Erica.
Have fun.
Exactly. So, guys, Erica is available for coaching. Link is in the description below. And thank you for being here, Erica.
Thanks,
Amazing.
Amanda. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Great. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.